Have you ever placed a box of baking soda in your refrigerator to absorb those unwanted odors? Of course you have. But did you know this humble white powder sitting in your pantry right now could be the answer to your acid reflux, joint pain, and even clean your dentures without harsh chemicals? I'm about to share something that might make you wonder why no one told you this before. If you skip this advice, you might be enduring discomfort and pain that you could completely avoid with something that costs less than a cup of coffee. Stay with me until the end of this video, because I'm going to reveal a unique way to use baking soda that helps your body recover naturally that most doctors never mention. This isn't some newfangled trend. It's wisdom that's been around for generations, but somehow got lost in our prescription-happy world. What if relief was in your kitchen all along? Let me show you how this ordinary household item might change your daily comfort level in ways you never imagined. If you're like most folks over 65, you've probably experienced that burning sensation in your chest after a meal. That uncomfortable feeling when acid creeps up your throat, making you reach for those expensive over-the-counter medications. You're not alone. Nearly half of all seniors deal with heartburn or acid reflux regularly. What if I told you the solution could be as simple as half a teaspoon of baking soda in a glass of water? That's right. Sodium bicarbonate naturally neutralizes stomach acid. It works because it's a base that counteracts the acid causing your discomfort. When you drink the mixture, it helps balance your pH levels almost immediately. Here's how to do it properly. Mix half a teaspoon of baking soda. Make sure it's the pure, aluminum-free kind, in an 8-ounce glass of cool water. Stir until it's completely dissolved, then sip it slowly. Don't gulp it down. Give it time to work its magic. The relief is often immediate. And here's what makes this so wonderful. No prescription needed. No side effects like headaches or constipation. No driving to the pharmacy. Just pure, simple relief. Many of us have been conditioned to believe that every ailment requires a specialized medication. But sometimes, the simplest solutions are hiding in plain sight. Your grandmother probably knew this trick. It's time to reclaim this forgotten wisdom. Let me tell you about Frank. At 77, this retired postal worker from Michigan had been an avid hiker all his life. The wooded trails near Lake Superior were his sanctuary, until gout took that away from him. The pain was excruciating, Frank told me, his voice heavy with the memory. Like someone had lit my big toe on fire. I couldn't even bear the weight of a bedsheet on it. Frank had been taking prescription medications for years, dealing with side effects that left him feeling foggy and fatigued. His medicine cabinet looked like a small pharmacy. Then, his neighbor Martha, a retired nurse, suggested something that seemed too simple to be true. "Try baking soda," she said. "Mix a quarter teaspoon in a full glass of water, twice a day." Frank was skeptical, but desperate. "What did I have to lose?" he recalled with a chuckle. After just 7 days, the angry red swelling had visibly decreased. By day 10, he could wiggle his toe without wincing. "I'm not saying it's a miracle," Frank explained as we sat on his porch swing. "But I'm back on those trails now. After years of depending on medications that made me feel like I wasn't myself, I finally have some control back. And it came from my own kitchen." Frank's story isn't unique. Baking soda can help reduce uric acid in the body, the very thing that causes those painful gout crystals. It's not about throwing away your doctor's advice, but about adding a simple, natural approach that might just give you back the activities you love. After decades of supporting us, walking, standing, dancing, our feet deserve some special attention. Yet so many of us ignore them until problems arise. Odor, fungus, cracked heels, or just plain soreness after a day of activity. Picture this. It's evening. You've finished dinner. The dishes are done. Now imagine sinking your tired feet into a warm basin of water, infused with baking soda. Feel that gentle tingling. That's years of tension beginning to melt away. Here's a simple foot soak that can become your nightly ritual. Fill a basin with warm, not hot water. Add 3 tablespoons of baking soda, and if you like, a few drops of lavender essential oil. Soak for 15 to 20 minutes while you read or watch your favorite show. This simple practice does wonders. The alkaline properties of baking soda neutralize odors and fungal environments. It softens calluses and soothes dry, cracked skin. For diabetic seniors, this gentle approach to foot care can be especially valuable. Margaret from Arizona shared, "I've started calling it my gratitude soak. As my feet rest in that warm water, I think about all the places these feet have carried me throughout my life. It's become more than just foot care. It's a moment of reflection. Imagine your feet, which have faithfully carried you through 7 or 8 decades of life, finally getting the tender care they deserve. This isn't indulgence. It's necessary maintenance for the foundation of your mobility." Clara taught high school English in Portland for 42 years. At 74, her mind remained sharp as ever, but her smile had begun to fade, not from lack of joy, but from embarrassment about her dentures. "The commercial cleaners irritated my gums something awful," Clara explained during our conversation at her garden club meeting. "The chemicals would leave my mouth feeling raw, and sometimes I'd have sores for days. But I was terrified of having bad breath or stained teeth, so I kept using them." Clara's turning point came from an unexpected source: her 12-year-old granddaughter's science project on natural cleaning methods. Emily was testing different substances to clean pennies. The baking soda solution worked so well that I wondered, could it clean my dentures too? That night, Clara mixed 2 teaspoons of baking soda in a glass of warm water and let her dentures soak overnight. The next morning, she was astonished. Not only were they perfectly clean, but when she put them in, there was no irritation whatsoever. "I had been poisoning my mouth with harsh chemicals for years," she said, her eyes bright with newfound confidence. "Now, I clean my dentures every night with baking soda, and my mouth feels healthy again. I used to cover my mouth when I laughed. Now I smile all day long, no holding back." The gentle abrasiveness of baking soda removes stains and plaque without scratching expensive dentures, while its natural properties neutralize acids that cause odor. It's effective without being aggressive. Exactly what sensitive mouths need. Clara's story reminds us that sometimes the best solutions aren't found in expensive products with long ingredient lists, but in simple remedies that have stood the test of time. Winter months can be brutal on aging skin. The heated air indoors strips moisture, while cold winds outdoors chap exposed areas. The result? Itchy, flaky skin that can drive you to distraction, especially at night when you're trying to sleep. Many seniors silently endure this discomfort, not realizing there's a simple solution literally at their fingertips. A warm bath with baking soda can transform your uncomfortable skin and your restless nights. Here's how to create this healing ritual. As you run your bath, add about a cup of baking soda to the flowing water. The water should be warm, not hot. Around 100 degrees is perfect. Soak for 20 to 30 minutes, allowing the water to reach all areas of irritated skin. The magic happens because baking soda helps balance your skin's pH level. Our skin naturally becomes more acidic as we age, which can contribute to dryness and irritation. The alkaline nature of baking soda helps counteract this, leaving skin feeling soothed and less inflamed. Robert, an 80-year-old from Minnesota, described it this way: "It's like someone turned down the volume on my skin. The constant itching that kept me up at night just quieted. I sleep better now than I have in years. While soaking, take slow, deep breaths." This isn't just about treating your skin. It's about creating a moment of tranquility in your day. Many seniors find this bath ritual becomes a cherished time of reflection and peace. After your bath, pat your skin dry gently. Don't rub. Apply a simple, fragrance-free moisturizer while your skin is still slightly damp to lock in hydration. This combination, the pH balancing effect of the baking soda bath followed by moisturizer, creates a powerful defense against the discomfort of dry skin. Now, I'm about to share something that might surprise you. Something many people don't realize about baking soda. This information could provide crucial relief during an uncomfortable situation that many seniors face, but few discuss openly. Urinary tract discomfort. The burning, the urgency, the discomfort. Urinary issues can appear suddenly and make every minute miserable until you can get proper medical attention. What many don't know is that baking soda can provide temporary relief while you wait to see your doctor. Here's why it works. Many urinary tract infections create an acidic environment that causes that burning sensation when you urinate. Baking soda temporarily makes urine less acidic, which can reduce the pain while you're waiting for antibiotics to take effect. The proper approach: mix 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda in an 8-ounce glass of water and drink it once or twice a day until you can see your doctor. This is strictly a comfort measure while you seek proper treatment, not a replacement for medical care. James from Florida shared his experience. "I developed symptoms on a Friday night. My doctor called in antibiotics, but the pharmacy wasn't delivering until morning. That night was miserable until my wife remembered the baking soda tip. It made those hours bearable until I could start the proper medication. I must emphasize, this is not a cure. You absolutely need to see your doctor for urinary tract infections. But this simple kitchen remedy can make the waiting time less painful. A perfect example of how traditional wisdom can complement modern medicine, not replace it. Those small but mighty painful mouth sores, canker sores, irritations from dentures, or small cuts from crispy foods can make eating, talking, and even smiling a painful experience. When your mouth hurts, everything from enjoying meals to socializing becomes challenging. My grandmother Eleanor had a remarkably simple solution for these oral discomforts, one I had forgotten about until recently. When my cousin mentioned it at a family gathering, the memory came flooding back. Grandma's baking soda mouthwash. Create this gentle rinse by dissolving half a teaspoon of baking soda in a half cup of warm water. Swish it gently around your mouth for about 30 seconds, focusing on the affected areas. The solution helps neutralize acids in your mouth that can irritate sores and create an environment where healing can happen more quickly. Unlike commercial mouthwashes that often contain alcohol and can sting painfully on open sores, this simple rinse soothes and calms irritated tissues. Use it 3 to 4 times daily, especially after meals when food particles might irritate vulnerable areas. Dorothy, an 83-year-old from Texas, rediscovered this remedy when conventional treatments weren't helping. The dentist gave me this fancy rinse that burned like fire. Then my daughter suggested baking soda water, just like her great-grandmother used to make. The relief was immediate, and the sore healed in half the time. There's something deeply reassuring about using remedies that connect us to previous generations. These simple solutions remind us that healing doesn't always require complicated interventions. Sometimes the gentlest approaches are the most effective. As we reach the end of our journey through these simple baking soda remedies, I'd like to share a thought that's been on my mind. In our modern world of specialized medications and complicated healthcare, we've sometimes lost touch with the wisdom of simplicity. Health in our senior years doesn't have to be synonymous with cabinets full of prescription bottles and endless doctor appointments. Sometimes, wellness begins in our own kitchens, with simple remedies that our grandparents knew by heart. These baking soda solutions aren't just about physical relief. They represent something deeper, our ability to participate actively in our own care. There's a profound sense of empowerment in knowing you have options, that you can take steps to improve your comfort without always depending on complex systems. The poet Mary Oliver once asked, "What is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?" I believe that at any age, especially in our golden years, the answer includes caring for ourselves with kindness and wisdom, finding joy in simple pleasures, and sharing what we learn with others. I invite you to try just one of these remedies this week. Start small, perhaps the foot soak or the heartburn remedy. Notice how it feels to incorporate this gentle self-care into your routine. Share your experience in the comments below. I'd love to hear which remedy you tried and how it worked for you. And if you found value in this information, please consider sharing it with someone you care about. Your friend, neighbor, or family member might be struggling silently with one of these issues, not knowing that relief could be so simple. Remember, wisdom is meant to be shared, just as our ancestors shared these remedies with us. In passing along these simple solutions, we honor their knowledge and extend their legacy of practical, accessible care. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Here's to your health, your comfort, and the simple wisdom that connects us across generations.